September 16th, 1992. A billionaire walks into his office, picks up the phone, and places a bet so massive it could have bankrupted him overnight. By the end of the day, he made $1 billion, and an entire country was left in financial ruin. This is the story of the most legendary trade in history. Look, I know what you're thinking. How does one guy break an entire country's bank? Sounds like a movie, right? But this actually happened. And the craziest part? It was completely legal. The guy's name is George Soros. And in 1992, he didn't just bet against the currency. He bet against the Bank of England itself. And he won. But here's the thing. This wasn't luck. This was years of preparation, pattern recognition, and frankly, absolute balls of steel. So let me break down exactly how we did it. All right, so back up to the early 90s. Europe's trying to unite their currencies under something called the ERM, the exchange rate mechanism. Basically, it's like a group project where every country promises to keep their currency stable relative to each other. Cool idea in theory, disaster in practice. Now, the British pound is part of this system, but here's the problem. The UK economy is struggling. Inflation's rising, unemployment's climbing, and the government is trying to hold the pound's value way higher than it should be naturally. It's like holding a beach ball underwater. Eventually, something's got to give. Soros sees this, and he realizes the Bank of England is going to run out of money trying to defend the pound. So he starts building his position. Here's where it gets wild. Soros borrows billions of pounds, yeah, with a B, and immediately sells them. This is called short selling. He's basically betting that the pound is going to crash. And when it does, he buys it back at a cheaper price, pockets the difference, and returns what he borrowed. Simple, right? But here's the kicker. He doesn't just make a small bet. He goes all in. We're talking $10 billion worth of pounds. His entire fund. His reputation. Everything. If he's wrong, he's done. Finished. Career over. But Soros isn't guessing. He studied the data. He knows the Bank of England doesn't have enough reserves to fight him. And now, it's a waiting game. Wednesday, September 16th, 1992. The day that would later be called Black Wednesday. Soros starts dumping pounds onto the market. Billions of them. The value of the pound starts to tank. The Bank of England panics. They start buying up pounds like crazy, trying to prop up the price. They raise interest rates from 10% to 12%, then to 15% in the same day. Nothing works. It's like trying to stop a wildfire with a water bottle. By the afternoon, the British government realizes they've lost. They pull the pound out of the ERM completely. The currency collapses. And Soros? He just made over $1 billion in a single day. One day. Now here's the crazy part. People were furious. I mean, rightfully so. An entire country just got financially humiliated by one dude. The British media called him the man who broke the Bank of England. Some people saw him as a genius, others a villain. But here's what most people miss. Soros didn't cause the crisis. The crisis was already there. He just exposed it. The pound was overvalued. The government was in denial. And Soros simply capitalized on reality. It's like finding a crack in a dam. He didn't build the dam. He just noticed the crack before anyone else did. So what can we actually learn from this? First, markets reward those who see reality clearly. Not optimists, not pessimists, realists. Soros didn't hope the pound would crash. He studied the fundamentals, saw the imbalance, and acted on it. Second, conviction matters. He risked everything because he trusted his research. That's not reckless. That's confidence built on preparation. And third, the biggest opportunities often come when everyone else is in denial. When governments, institutions, or entire markets refuse to accept reality, that's when fortunes are made. You don't have to be a billionaire to apply this mindset. Maybe you're looking at a career path everyone says is safe, but you see the industry dying. Or maybe you're watching your friends chase trends while you're building something real. Trust your research, trust your gut, and when the moment comes, don't hesitate. Now, I'm not saying go bet your life savings against the country. Please don't do that. But what I am saying is this. Soros didn't get lucky. He spent decades learning how markets work, studying economic cycles, and developing the ability to think independently. That's the real takeaway. He wasn't smarter than everyone else. He just did the work when no one was watching. He saw patterns, he trusted his analysis, And when opportunity knocked, he answered. So here's my challenge for you. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission to trust yourself. Start doing the research. Start paying attention to what others ignore. Start building the knowledge that lets you act with conviction when the moment comes. Because the next big opportunity, it's not going to look obvious. It never does. It's going to look like everyone else is crazy until suddenly you're the one who saw it coming. Let's level up together. If this story blew your mind, hit that like button and drop a comment. What financial topic should I break down next? Let's go.